Ooh, yeah, we're going to be heading into Ice and Chrome, and yeah, just going to make sure everyone gets in here. Of course, as a reminder, we are the English casters covering this series. Creighton is covering the lower half of the bracket if you want to tune into that instead. And there's also a Taiwanese stream, ALGS, I believe they are on Twitch live as well.
And the
Filipino
cast,
yes.
Malupit.
Yes, yes.
Well, not sure where he went. Must be casting another series.
Yes, yes, I believe he's currently with Creighton.
Ah, okay. Cool. Alrighty. Well, hopefully, it should be an exciting series. Kevin, he has fought his way here against Black Mamba, now facing off against Yoger. Let's see what his TvZ style is, but I guess we can find out as the countdown has completed and we are on to Ice and Chrome for this first game of this qualifying series. And we have here spawning in the top right from Taiwan. Give it up for Yoger.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE, we have the blue Terran player, the Taiwanese Terran, also representing NDW. It is KevinLiu.
Now, see, he did make the mistake of Ares Rush, didn't go on Everdream for his first map, so that's why he'll have the not the disadvantage of that.
Yeah, he knows the meta.
He knows how to use his clan advantages. Yeah, I should wonder why it's a 50 cal Barrett sniper rifle.
I know, right? that's
it just doesn't make sense. But
yeah, I was trying to piece that together before. It's like a naive dream, and then there's a gun. So I'm like, is it like some kind of like political reference going on here? Is it like what's happening? I don't even know. But sure.
I mean, it's probably some political statement that we can't make because it will yell at us.
Look, we're just theorizing. We're
theorizing here, Blizzard.
Yeah, we don't know. We're just trying to crack the code, if you will, trying to unravel the dream.
What, as in the Terran player? Because
he's also a Terran player. Dream.
Yeah. Now we need a Zerg player named Naive and a Protoss player named World, and it all comes together.
Exactly. I mean, World. I mean, I guess World could technically be like oh my god, I'm blanking out. What's his name? Nesty. Could, I guess, maybe like the universe, like everything and everything.
No, Universe, the Korean.
Oh yeah, there's Universe as well.
The Korean Protoss.
Terran.
That doesn't make sense because Dream's already. Damn it. Maybe Dark. Oh wait, no, that's just going off Universe. Well, I mean, it's a dark world, so
could be a dark world.
Just trying to think of like. But coming back to this game, it's just standard openings. It's again for what we've seen pretty much all the day.
Yeah,
as qualifiers.
As opposed to the previous Terran player, like Kevin, he is being pretty adept at, forcing the hatchery to be delayed, being a little bit annoying here and there. But he does get pushed away in the end.
Yeah. And does manage to keep that Reaper alive, so can go in for some scouting. And now, what is going to be it here for... Oh, quick third, actually.
Oh, yeah, we do see the 1-1 into that third CC, into the eventual starport. It is a pretty greedy opening, but it's become a lot more common.
Like yeah, I do like just floating the barracks over to give some visions to the Marines, and but nice macro here from Yoger, but I don't think it'll be enough once those Marines get in. Go to the other side. Go to the natural. Oh, too late.
Fly away, Overlord, fly away. He escapes.
He escapes. Over to the runic tower.
No, he escapes for now. I mean, there's Viking on the way.
Ducklings barely managed to get in. As now we get to see it. It's just a reactor here. Oh, well, rip that Overlord.
F's in the chat. It tried so hard. And yeah, interesting. So we have this 1-on-1 opener. Obviously, it's pretty economic focus, getting that faster TC. And we do see there is no switch, so we are going to be seeing some bio play.
Yeah, and actually, Yoger didn't actually see that third CC. So, and he has no overlords in the area, so he has no vision of that. This is a a greedy economic play here from Kevin. So, is going to be very well put here for our Taiwanese Terran here. As he is getting that factory with the tech lab on. He's going to be running around with these two Hellions and a Reaper here, and a Viking as well. To just get rid of some overlords for scouting.
Yeah, he's just poking and prodding again because of the opening. Like there isn't like a quite large amount of Hellions out here, so he's just doing what he can, just testing the waters, if you will. Meanwhile, Yoger, he's also being quite greedy, relying on a handful of queens for defense. Meanwhile, we've got like double evos being thrown down, droning up, getting your lair, getting all the tech.
Yeah. Alright, third is down for Kevin here. Just start to see that starting to get saturated as Yoger was supply blocked for like a split second there, but those overlords did come out just in time, and more Hellions were made as now that third gonna get Maynard with all of the drones.
Yeah. He's just, saturating his third base. Meanwhile, here we go with 6 Hellions and a Reaper. We're finally seeing KevinLiu try and apply some pressure, but there are plenty of queens. There are lings here in case he commits into the mineral line. So, yeah, he's just, again, just pressuring a little bit. And Yoger, I love it. He is going for that Lingbane Muta style.
Yeah, even getting a macro hatchery, that's the word I was looking for. So I was going to say proxy, and like, yeah, kind of works, but yeah, the macro hatchery into the main as well, so he's not going to be short on lava anytime soon. But this drop can be very detrimental. Does get spotted out by that Ling on the Zelnaga tower.
Oh yeah, and Yoger, I do believe he did spot it, and he spotted again with these Lings just to make sure. So yeah, he should be able to deal with this. I mean, the Banelings
and the Lings in the wrong position.
Yeah, the Lings are in the wrong position, but there are Banelings here.
Yeah. I just realized I was on Sober's viewpoint, not yours. It was very similar viewpoints, I will say. But yeah, if Kevin can get into a position where, he can get this multi-prong attack, as you want to do with Bio, cleaning up the creep, trying to pick off a couple of workers, try and get a base or two, but if Kevin could get to that style, we did see Yoger, do that well in a ZVZ, get that multi-pronged harass out. Oh, dude, love this. Might pick up of an Overlord if the Banelings can't connect, but looks like they won't be able to. The hot pickup there. I do love Kevin. He has kept these Marines actually quite alive for quite a while. Oh, these tanks aren't siege. There's this multi-pronged attack going to be coming in.
Yeah, I love this. Like, the entire time he was microing with the medevacs to the north, he was setting up this push to the south, and the Viking does get taken out. Has to be so careful because of the Mutalisk. And again, like, this force to the south doesn't look too menacing, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of Lingbane here waiting for them.
Yeah, I think it was just for a multi-pronged for when he gets that, those two medevacs into the main, but the Mutas are here, so it's going to be very, very difficult to get a multi-pronged attack going, and yeah, you can see Kevin, he's going to back off.
Yeah,
at least on this right-hand side, but going to be poking in with those two medevacs on the side, but there's already a force there to meet him.
Yeah, again, like, a Terran player can very easily, like, look at that and try and commit in regardless, so it's really good that he was able to get away, but he gets surrounded.
Yeah, one Baneling here is all you need, and here comes the Mutas. Oh, oh no, they're slowing down.
Yeah. The medevacs do get picked off, but this does tell Kevin that, okay, the majority of the army is here to the north, so now I can actually push in here to the south, and oh, I love this tank positioning.
Oh, I do. I love that as well. You can put 2 tanks on the back. There's no way you chance you can get surrounded, at least by Lings, as difficult as they can be. The tanks, actually, no, he's putting 2 tanks up to the middle line there, but now here comes the rest of the army. Tanks getting sprayed down by the units of Banelings, trying to roll on through the middle lines, and that's all the bio gone. But I feel like there's still 2 tanks in that middle line going to be taking a lot. Oh no, it was a bunch of bio and a Hellion. So a couple of drones do go down, but for the majority of Kevin's army, I feel like that wasn't the most efficient trade there for the Terran.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin, he traded like as maybe not as best as he could, as he did get kind of cornered in, but like he did manage to get some worker kills as well. And we can see in the supplies like they aren't too different. Like it's not like Yoger's going to snowball out of control and counterattack. There is enough here to defend, and I love this. We have Kevin transitioning out of tanks into Widowmines instead.
Yeah, knows that the Mutas and Banelings can be a huge threat, so going to be going for that Widowmines. We're actually seeing Widowmines be a more popular style instead of the tanks, because Mutas have become more and more prevalent, and tanks are able to, you know, get picked off by the Mutas, and oh, this base could be in trouble here.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of drones going to be picked off. I mean, there's not enough DPS here to get the hatchery, but you know, he does pick off a couple of workers. He does draw the army away, which gives Kevin a little bit of room to push in here and clear up some creep. If he has a scan.
Well, I don't think he has a scan, right? See, this is where he should have gone for that Raven, you know.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, as we did see Ares go for them in our first series. Oh! Okay, that wasn't as horrible as it could be, but still.
Yeah.
Man, imagine he didn't have the overseers there.
Exactly. Regardless, like some value was achieved there from those Widowmines. Really nicely done.
A couple of Mutas here.
Yeah.
No control from Yoger. And now Kevin's maxed out, and Yoger only just maxing out now, so looks like we're gonna have a fight pretty soon, right?
Yeah, like Yoger slipping up a little bit with his micro, but oh, he is looking to try and get into this middle line. Focus down the missile turret.
Yeah, and oh my god, all these SEVs in the line. The army has to get called off towards this place here now. Oh, what am I drop? Oh, yeah, well, can't exactly do too much here when there's a Spore Crawler there. I think that CC did go down.
Yeah, it looks like it got taken out. As we do have a couple more coming in to replace them. But yeah, both players kind of, you know, trying to hit each other's back line, going a little bit back and forth. The creep was cleaned up a little bit, and oh god, more. Oh god.
Okay. Saves the Banelings.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he keeps like getting pretty decent shots, but a lot of the time it's just on the Lings, not the Banelings. But oh god, they're gonna crash in.
Yeah, crash in straight onto those supply depots. Try and get for a late beam bust onto this third, but Kevin, he is holding on. He is supply block at this moment. And small Bioforce, that's not going to be enough to propel that, as the Mutas do fly away. +3 armor just getting finished. I feel like as Kevin, what do you know? He is getting that is that Neo Steel frames? Yeah, that's Neo Steel frames. So it's going to be harder for those Banelings to do too much damage.
Yeah, and right now he's just kind of situating himself. Meanwhile, Yoger is as well. He's kind of setting up for a bit of a surround here to the north and the south as well. No, actually looking to try and hit the fringe bases, and oh, he could get the CC as well. But oh god!
Oh, I do like the addition of the 4 here. And sure, the Banelings go through, but the Ling run by is going to be doing a lot of damage, as this one Widowmine takes out a decent number of Lings. 11 SCVs going down. Main army has to be pulled back. And, oh, the borrowed Lings underneath.
That's always annoying to deal with. But yeah, Yoger, he was able to again deny more mining. But despite that, both players again, they're kind of similar suppliers. Like they have decent economies. Kevin though, he yeah.
Sorry, Ultraless, I was gonna say.
Oh, Ultra's on the way.
Yeah, anabolic steroids as well. As well, this poor base. Yeah, gonna have to cancel the lift here. Not the mutants are there to try and harass it. Oh, are those Baneling mines?
Oh, they are. They're Banelings.
Oh, okay, not the best connections, not Scarlet level, but the Ultras are here. And they're coming in, giving everybody a big hug. The army does draw back for now. And, Yoger, he has got Kevin on a bit of a contain right now. And he's even going to get this third base again. There's nothing he can really do. The Muse can come in. This Widowmite not really in a position. As now the Mutas do fly away, as the Ultralisk will be trying to do the most amount of damage. And the Ultras, they are so tanky, and Bailey's just rolling on through, trying to deal with this bio. Where are the splits? It's just going to be retreating back into this natural. Only 2 Ultras standing at the moment. The Mutas will take care of that third base. It's just 1 Ultra remaining. As Yoger, he has got the bank to resupply right now. Kevin, he is falling behind slightly in economy, and that's going to be it. GG. Yoger will take game 1.
GG. And as you were saying, like, he was kind of just suffocating the Terran player. Like, Yoger did not let Kevin take that 5th base. Like, so many times that CC was sniped out of the sky.
Yeah. Or at least attempted to just trying to transform into the planetary, but unfortunately was unable to. It's just annoying as a Terran, you have to face that. I mean, and that's where tanks come in handy, I will say. It's breaking out of siege lines. But unfortunately, Kevin did go for that Widowmine style instead, but Yoger, he was slightly on top of those Widowmines in the entire game. Like, there were potentials for some huge Widowmine hits, but it was never enough to be like, oh, it never went onto the Banelings. It was just Lings. A couple went into the main, but it was quickly dealt with. Like, and I feel like maybe Kevin, maybe he wants to try it, but this time try it with tanks. And try and defend with your bio against the mutas. So, but I do like oh, sorry, I was too busy watching the end of that game. But it is, Yoger, he likes to play with his mutas.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin, honestly, he did fairly well, like, keeping up with his opponent. It's just at a certain point, you need to expand. You need to, like, increase your economy or maintain your economy. And he just couldn't do it at a certain point because of the amazing meter control by Yoger. It also felt like a lot of the harassment wasn't really there. Like, he kept going for drops, but Yoger, he was just on top of everything. Like, even the Widowmine drops later on, like, they just didn't really get too much damage done.
Yeah, and it just feels like maybe Kevin, he did have the right idea, like in the early game, with that multi-pressure, the multi-pronged, with like the 2 medevacs with just a bunch of Marines like up in the north, and then having the main push down south. But I think Yoger just amassed too much of an army and was able to deal with that south push really, really quickly, and that pretty much that north push had no power whatsoever. But speaking of power, we are on to the Eternal Empire, the map that has all the power for all eternity. And we have here, spawning in the top right, the Red Zerg. Representing Taiwan, give it up for Yoger.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Taiwanese Terran player representing NDW. It is KevinLiu. Did you watch Arthur growing up?
Yeah.
That's what this.
Hey, DW.
That's what this reminds me of.
The logo just DW.
Yeah. That's what makes the gun even more strange, you know? Like,
CW with the 50 caliber rat sniper.
Don't remember my childhood being like this. I don't.
Yeah, DW grew up fast. Oh man, we have fun. Oh, that's the hey. It's Arthur saying hey through the scope. It's DW. Trained on Arthur.
Oh god.
That's all falling down. Is it just? Oh my god, this is turning dark. Jeez.
Shout out to the Australians in the chat who grew up in the early 2000s.
Yeah, Americans and Canadians.
Not too sure how well known it was, you know, in the other regions, but yeah, that was the thing.
What a wonderful kind of daylight.
We're not breaking out into song. We're not going that far. All right.
You know, it's not really hard. It's not that hard to have fun when you have your library card.
Were those the lyrics?
I think so.
Oh god.
Wait, no. Finding fun is not that hard when you have your library card.
Really? Yeah. Oh my god. That's awful.
Oh, speaking of Arthur, did you know that Mr. Rapin's gay?
Really?
Yeah, they had like a whole episode where he got married.
Huh.
Yeah. And so, of course, there was the usual, like, conservatives, you know, just like, oh, teaching our kids. That's how I do about it. It's like, oh, cool.
Interesting. I did not know that. Did not know. But so far, talking a little bit about the game, you know, Kevin, it is pretty nice that he is going for this pretty annoying opener. And actually, Yoger, he's having none of it. He's just expanding aggressively instead.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, okay. Wait, is the SCV in that bunker?
Yeah, it's
it is.
Yeah, the SCV and the two Reapers.
And the two Reapers, yeah. She's gonna stay there the entire game. It's like, you cannot expand that unless you get, like, mutas or roaches. So you gotta send that SCV back home. Or at least scout that the other third base has been taken somewhere else. I mean,
yeah, like, you can keep the SCV here, and the idea is, like, you can repair the bunker, you know, and be even more annoying. But at this point, like, we're already 4 minutes into the game. Like, you gotta get out, you know? Like, at this point, you have to imagine either your opponent's going for a 2-base all-in, or they expanded somewhere else.
Yeah. And they haven't seen a drone go past to the, like... So you gotta figure out, it's gotta be at this base, and you go send the Reapers and check.
Yeah.
But maybe Kevin's got a plan in mind.
It's quite possible that it has something else in mind, as he is going for the same 1-1-1 opener. This time does get scouted, so, you know, there's the fast RTC, fast 1-1 into starport. So yeah, if he does start the stim, then it should be pretty similar. But as you're pointing out,
okay, that is something different. And now with the SCV in the bunker, could potentially repair.
Yeah, like, it's weird because there's still a bunker here. Like, this is like a reinforcement point or like an anchor point. So the Hellions, they're gonna meet up. They may like train with the Lings, and they can just go back to the bunker. Oh, never mind.
And it's physical. It's not a. Yeah, well, so much for that. But with that reinforcement point, though, it did keep, you know, the Reapers alive and not die uselessly. Oh, it's actually a Liberator?
I was confused because I don't think he's made the switch with the starport and the tech lab.
I think he meant to make a armory instead of the.
That would make more sense, to be honest. That would make a lot more sense.
Why can't I transform these Hellions?
We'll see. As these Hellions, they are kind of getting pinned in. They got a couple of worker kills, but just really denying a lot of mining time for the most part. As this will get cleaned up, and yeah, just quickly taking a look at this. What if it was an armory though? Then the engineering bay would have been thrown down sooner, right?
I honestly don't know. He's not doing anything with this. He's getting a reactor.
Yeah, he's getting a reactor on the starport.
If he's going early lib range, and
yo, someone. If that happens, someone needs to at Yaku. But like, even if it like, even if it was early lib range, it's like it's not efficient because like the fusion core has been done for quite some time. Like,
oh, but that is advantage of forcing your opponent to take that lower base. Because look at that lib. It's got a lot.
Oh yeah,
there we go. It's got a lot of dead airspace to work with. Like. Taking out a queen, like, you can't mine from your third base other than from those, like, 2 mineral patches in that one in the gap.
Yeah, he's trying.
He's legit. He's confused.
Yo, question marks in the chat. How do you deal with this positioning? And honestly, Yoger, he put himself in this position because this is where he took his third.
Yeah, well, he was forced to take it. No, he could have been forced to take it, just one across, but yeah. Oh, was this his plan the entire time? If he gets lib range right now,
I mean, when you take out a player like Lemon, you make lemonade ? Like, I feel like this is, I don't know if this was his plan, but it kind of worked out.
Oh, well, unless you go for Aspire right now, which Yoga hasn't. I think he went for the Hydralus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went for the Hydra Den.
Yeah.
So there's no way Hydras are gonna reach that. That Queen can.
Oh yeah, the Queen can. So this will eventually be dealt with, and you can't deal with this. You just have to tank a lot of shots, like getting into range.
Lib range. Sorry.
Right, like the fusion core isn't being used for anything.
He must have made a mistake, but it's like, I'm gonna need it later in case there's like ultras. So
yeah,
we're still confused.
I'm just trying to piece together what was the plan initially. Like, did he like autopilot and accidentally throw it down? Was he meant to go for 1-1-1 and go for the switch? The thing is that, yeah, the weird thing is that like he went for stim and now he's going for combat shields. Like, he had no intention of switching the starport with the racks. So, yeah, that's the.
Is that lip still alive, by the way? I don't think it is. It got killed.
It was taken out by the queens. It did a lot of damage, though, to be fair.
Yeah. A lot of lost mining time, a couple of deaths of queens, some drones, like. And now Kevin's going for like the same strategy again. Ooh, I do love this around here. Link's Bane, no Bane speed actually.
Oh.
As of yet from Yoga. You usually get that straight away when you get the spy, but speaking of straight away, this third, it's like get rid of my lib. I'm gonna get rid of the queen that killed it. It's revenge. Oh, actually, if he drops it and takes out the Hydra Den.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential. Like in general, like when it comes to this map, Evergreen, there's a lot of potential for drops. So that's. Sorry, for Eternal Empire, but that's why I'm surprised that we didn't see Aspire, that we're seeing Hydralus play instead.
Workers, actually. But maybe he feels like this is Brutal, he's just going for standard TvZ.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, like, Link Bane Hydra into lurkers, like, this is becoming more prominent against Terran, like, to be fair. But yeah, I'm just surprised that he opted to go for this strategy over Mutalisk when we've seen him do so well with his Mutalisk control. And right now he's kind of suffering for it. Like, drops are hitting every single base, and he even takes out the Hydralus Den. Called it. Wow.
Yeah, that is huge, because now there's no real anti-air. Has to remake that Hydra Den. It's only just going to be Ling Bane for now, but he's already getting that +3 melee, +3 carapace, Vipers on the way, adaptive talons as well being made. And that means the lurker production is going to be stopped as well, because you can only make the lurkers out the only Hydras you have at the moment.
And you need the Hydras for the anti-air, right? Like, to stop these drops. Like, he's just being pulled apart right now. We have a drop here. The drop to the north gets stopped, but there's nothing here to stop the third from going down.
Yeah. Oh, why didn't even? I thought he was going to take out the Viper there, but not enough anti-air, or wasn't really focusing. So now these drops are just being... Ooh. Nice hot pickup there. Does lose a couple of Marines. And this drop at the natural seems to be contained just for now.
Yeah, like Kevin, he's doing so much damage with these drops, like so many worker kills, like killing a hatchery as well, sniping tech where he can, just like getting, like receding the creep so much, like there's barely any creep spread out there right now, and he even,
oh no! That is not what you want, it's Yoger! That's the hot pickup, the Carapace is safer now. Oh, they yanked back! As one medevac goes down, but the new base gonna get harassed and cancelled. And this is the Kevin we wanted to see in game one. You know, that's multi-pronging, dropping Bionic Force as a Lingron bias seems to be going towards that natural, but I feel like it may, it's gonna get spotted by this one Viking and medevacs.
Yeah, the reinforcements are going to be able to deal with this. They're Banelings, but I imagine they're going to be wasted on the depots. We'll see as, oh god, those splits.
Well, they weren't wasted, they were wasted. They were put onto the bio to take a decent amount of force here. As, again, this base is just going to go down. No cancel, actually. That was a kill. As now... Oh, you have to be careful here. Oh.
Ooh, yeah, so careful. Again, like the Vipers help so much with this, like yoinking the medevacs to snipe them off as they get picked up. Like there's so much potential there, but again, Kevin, he's just doing such a good job at denying these bases.
Kevin is getting afterburners. That was the whole plan with the fusion core, was to get afterburners. I honestly don't think that was the entire plan. I don't think that even was the plan, but against Hydras and these Vipers that can potentially abduct. Ooh, blinding clouds, and now Kevin's doing to Yoger what Yoger was doing to him in game one, just containing him, not letting him get a base up. But he has got a better defensive composition with these lurkers. Yeah, he's going to get the seismic spines, and there's the lib range. 6 liberators on the way here. And they're all going towards that little gap. He didn't retake the base there. Never mind.
They're all going to that one gap. I mean,
one gap.
I mean, Liberators are great. Like as you were saying, like defensively, Lurkers are so hard to break. And Liberators are exactly what you need against them. So
or tanks.
Yeah, or tanks.
Yeah. All this army just being forced into that gap. And if you had a couple of tanks there, parasitic bombs onto the medevacs. I don't think there's too many medevacs except the ones in the drops. Those are very, very low. Couple of lurkers there at the drop. Not too much going to be happening.
Oof.
As, yeah, this drop is going to be forced back. The afterburners being used as a Lingron by, not going to be fighting too much as a planetary is in the way.
Yeah, and Kevin has to be careful. It does seem like he has a bit of a production issue, as again, like after losing so much supply out there, it's taking quite some time to remax with the ideal army he wants. Eventually we'll have 3-3 finishing up as well, and I kind of want to give the advantage to Kevin. Like once he has his army, like all those libs with lib rage, it's gonna be so difficult to engage with Ling Bane Lurker.
Yeah, I like this one Widow Mine off to the side.
Yeah, it's great.
It took out a small number of Lings, but that could be the difference between saving a base and being able to take out a base. As now planetary going to be under attack. Oh, the Banelings come in, get a decent amount of drones, but the planetary does survive. And look at those siege zones slide.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
There's no way that you can get underneath there.
Yeah, at the same time, there was a big run by that tried to get into the natural, but it just ran into the reinforcements, so Kevin was able to hold there as well. Nicely done, able to catch a bunch of Hydras, able to clear out this creep that was kind of like, kind of disconnected from everything else, but it will get cleaned up. And yeah, like, I'm kind of just waiting for Yoger's next step, because at the moment, he's kind of being...
There's only one Hydra here!
Only one Hydra! Like, he needs a Spire, right? Like, you need to, incorporate Corruptors into this in some way.
Oh no, and to be honest, if he went Broodlords right now, that would actually be very, very decent because...
Oh my god.
But there's so many Liberators! Like,
yeah.
jeez.
Exactly, like that's why you need corruptors. Like hydras are not what you want against ranged libs. A decent parasitic
but the
bomb.
parasitic bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, I do love that. As now, God, going in. Ooh.
And honestly, like this slow crawl from Kevin, I don't think that Yoger can stop it. The only he has to, his only chance is to like yoink the liberators, but there's not enough energy to yoink all of these libs, and there's not enough hydras to deal with them either.
Yeah, it's not enough. As now, Kevin, you know, I think we're going to be going into game 3 all tied up here. Another parasitic bomb. I don't think it's going to be enough. The Viper's evaporating. And it's going to be GG, all tied up, 1-1 in this best of 5 qualifying.
Wow, Kevin taking game number 1, and honestly, game number 2, and honestly, after game number 1, I thought Yoger was very much so favored in this series, but game number 2, Kevin, he just really turned it on. He was all over the place.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, maybe if he stuck to this Muta style in game 1, he like would have had a better choice, but then Kevin at the beginning was sort of all over the place as well, but like just being very, very weird. Well, not being weird, just being confusing to us, you know, getting the fusion core, where I think he meant to get an armory. I'm going to ask him after the series actually whether he intended to get that fusion core or not. Yeah, it was just really cool to see, like, Kevin, like, sure, his build wasn't like efficient, it wasn't standard, but that didn't matter because, like, again, like, his drop play was just phenomenal. Yeah, like, it was just like, what? And you know, it's just like, was able to pull, like, you know, Yoga all over the place. And yeah, I feel like, once again, if we go back to him having Aspire and Mutas or Corruptors, like, he would have been able to hold off that army, but he was just unable to, especially when he got the mass libs. Like, there was nothing Yoga could do.
Yeah. So we'll see if Yoga is able to switch things up here, maybe go back into Spire play. We may not even get that far as we are loading into Submarine.
Yes, we are, and we have here spawning in the top left, the Red Terran, representing naive Dream World and the nation of Taiwan. Give it up for the creative / madman of Taiwan. Other than Has, he is KevinLiu.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Submarine LE, we have the Taiwanese Zerg player. Representing himself, it is Yoger.
Alright, Yoger. He is just a slightly... So... There you go. We'll see what he wants to do this time. We are in Submarine, which is the smallest map that we have for selection today. And it's generally a map that we generally don't see, like, most people like go for in typical standard play. I mean, unless it's like the ANZ region, just doesn't get picked one day and then gets absolutely picked the second day.
Yep. You're talking about the qualifiers, aren't you?
Yeah. It was just weird.
It was weird. I don't know if it had to do with the players who were casting or just, you know, it's just that kind of day, you know, just want to get underwater. I don't know. But something that's interesting is that something that I've noticed anyway is that typically the Korean players, especially like in ESL Open Cup Asia, like, they're not afraid to play on Submarine. Like, this is like something that we regularly see with them. So it's pretty interesting that the Taiwanese players, again, because they share the server, like, they're also not afraid of it either. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All we'll have to see is, once again, very standard play coming in. No bunker at the potential third this time from Kevin. But, you know,
Huh.
okay, that's not usually where you take the first.
Yeah, interesting. Like, it's not terribly far away, but it's also a little bit difficult to defend because there's a ramp right next to it. You know, your opponent with tanks, you have high ground vision. It's a little bit harder to engage. There's also that choke point as well. Like, ideally as a Zerg player, you're going to want to clear those rocks to make it easier to like get in with your Ling Bane. Odd decision.
Well, we do have the 1-1-1 coming in from Kevin. Now I have to see whether he wants to go for an armory or fusion core, or a fusion core disguised as an armory, which he thought was an armory. And then as he went to proceed to his attack, he was like, why can't I transform my Hellions? And didn't make any BCs.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm still confused by that, if you can't tell.
I can tell. And already he's switching things up. Both games in the previous series, or in the previous games, yeah, he went for a 1-1 into the fast 3rd CC. This game on Submarine, he does deny the scout, and he's going for a more regular 1-1-1.
Yeah, Yoger did see the starport, but he has to go back in and make sure there was there's no
add-on.
Whatchamacallit? Yeah, add-on to it. Which he can send the Overlord, which he is doing now, and hopefully his Marines should be where are the Marines?
Oh, they walk past, so it may get
he sees it. He saw the medevac anyway, so.
Yep. And he's also going to see the lack of add-ons as well. Something that he won't see based on his rally is the armory behind this, but it may not matter as we are going to be seeing this drop as well as Hellbats pushing out.
And Hellbat Marine is going to be the order of the day, as now Hellbat's going to be going in, but I think there's just too many Queens here. As that Medivac does get very, very low, the Queens can just target fire it, and that's all the healing power gone. But these Queens are starting to get low on energy as the one reinforcing Hellbat here. And the counter attack here. Oh, that is devastating.
Yeah, there was no wall. So we're in a weird situation where the Hellbats, maybe they can snowball and kill the Queens, but at the same time, everything in the natural was taken down.
But there's a Liberator, so the Lings won't be able to get into the main as much as they want to. And now, this Fed base is in trouble. But Kevin's not really been doing too much economical damage. He's just been getting rid of Queens and Lings, and now here comes the rest of the Lings from that attacking force. I feel like as Yoger, you just go across and start attacking. That Lib is only going to be there for a couple of seconds before it has to go across the map and try and do some damage. And there's the move out.
Yeah, the Liberator does leave. There are a couple of Hellions back here, so maybe he can try and defend, but there are just so many things that he gets surrounded.
Oh, he needed to transform those into Hellbats, I reckon. He did see the Lings with the Liberator, but instead, that is going to be it. GG. Yoger is going to match point.
Yeah, and again, like Kevin, he had this plan, but it's honestly a little bit surprising to me. Like on a map like Submarine, when you go for this big move out, because the map is so small, you have to expect there's going to be a counterattack, right? Like, it's so just like fast and easy to hit with a massive Ling run by.
Yeah, and the wall wasn't up. He wasn't prepared, and especially for that. The follow-up, the one that actually ended the game, like maybe if he decided, transform those 3 Hellions into Hellbats, he could have actually kept all right, let's go but it's what we I reckon he could have held there, especially with the AoE of those Hellbats and the more tankiness with the more health from them. They would have been able to survive. He could have lost like 1 or 2, but I think he would have ultimately held to be able to maybe come back. But since he kept them as Hellions, he was able to, he wasn't able to keep them alive, so pretty much had to tap out.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot that you can do with Hellbats. It isn't just their sturdiness and their AoE, but also the fact that they're like quite chunky, and you can basically make your own SimCity with them, like make a wall as well, just so it's harder for Lings to like get good surface area. Like there's defensively against Lings, like you can do a lot. They have a lot of potential.
Yeah,
but
them thick Hellbats.
Yeah, damn it, thick boys. But you know, GG. We are going to be moving on to game number 4 here. One of our players is on match point. The other one, he needs to do everything he can to bring himself back into this game.
Yeah, so get hyped. Get your friends in here. Because we are on to Everdream Alley for this potentially final map of the night here on the Quirky Ducklings that we have here spawning in the bottom left. The Red Terran, representing naive Dream World and the nation of Taiwan. He needs to take this series back. This is KevinLiu.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the Taiwanese Zerg player representing himself. He's up 2-1 in this best of 5. He needs one more to end this night. It is Yoger. Oh god.
Oh! I mean, land down. Props to T-Rex.
Right?
There's no drone scout, so but he has kept that Overlord there. Okay.
Okay.
He knew there might have been some danger here.
Yeah.
And he hasn't gone for the pool.
Oh god,
yeah.
Okay, so we have a hatch gas pool opening from Yoger, and what's interesting is that this Overlord, as you said, it's staying here at home. Typically, like if you're afraid of a proxy or something, you would send it out to a proxy location. In saying that though, it is here for the SCV once it comes out and throws down the bunker.
Yeah, and that's where you pull the drones. That's what it's intended for. But generally, you want to put it up onto the high ground because Marines, they're gonna shoot you. And now you move the Overlord. There's the drone pool.
Yeah, the drones are immediately pulled. He spots the bunker, but they're ordering Marines here, so we'll see how good the micro is if he's able to stop this SCV, stop the bunker from going down, going up even.
He's pulling more drones, trying to stop that Marine from getting in. 3 drones trying to stop that bunker getting up, and it will stop it. Is there going to be a cancel here? 2 Marines out now, 3 Marines, but only 1 SCV. They could probably do a number on these drones here, trying to get the drone split. A 4th Marine is joining, but the drones, they can't survive. 5 Marines now.
Oh god.
And the bunker is up.
The bunker finished and the drones went
no
down.
SCVs to repair. And nice kite back. The Ling's trying to stop the surrounds going in. Oh, he's just gonna salvage it. But he feels like he has enough Marines maybe to hold up. I feel like he doesn't. Some of those Marines are starting to look a bit low.
He's transitioning. He's getting his CC. Like, he's throwing down more production at home. He feels like he's done enough damage. And to be fair, he has Yoger. He's down to 11 workers as opposed to Kevin with his 20.
Yeah, I feel like if he just concentrated on the barracks, on the bunker that was constructing with those drones instead of, sending your drones all the way to pretty much the proxy location. That could have been, you could have saved your workers then, but no, I think, how many workers went down? 8 drones went down.
Yeah.
That's not what you need as a Zerg. I mean, you're already down workers towards Kevin, as this barracks is just going to be annoying. It's just going to try and, I think it's just trying to stop the third from a quick third, but he doesn't know how much damage he actually did to the economy of Yoger there.
Yeah, the racks did go down, which is a bit unfortunate. There are a couple of different ways you can transition, right? Like, you can have the racks to stop the third base, or you can use it kind of like an Overlord to just go in and scout your opponent to see if maybe there's like a 2-base all-in, like a fast Roach Warren or a fast Lair. I mean, luckily, there's none of that. It looks like Yoger, he's just trying to back up into this game. Like, he's just trying to re-drone. So Kevin, he is looking in such a good position so far. Like, he's just got all his production at home. He's got his natural on the way. And there's no all-in coming.
I mean, we say that, but looks like Kevin's going to be going for that Hellbat Marine push that he was trying to go for in the last game. Except no, he's getting a tech lab. So I think he's just going to get one. Yeah, he's just going to get one medevac. Going to use that to drop. Or just healer. No, okay, that. Is it BCs?
Do you think like the armory key is right next to the fusion core key and he's just done it again?
I'm going to say it's next to it, but they're not similar in shape.
There's no switch. There's no switch.
There's no switch.
Okay,
there's a switch.
Okay. All right. It's intentional. We're good. He knows what he's doing.
Does he?
Does he know? Look, he's making it work, right? Things are somehow making sense here, for Kevin, and yeah, and he actually went for a fast third CC as well. Jesus Christ!
He's just waiting for. There it is. Finally, the first BC of the night.
Not the first fusion core.
Not the first fusion core. Not the first BC of the night.
Yeah. So yeah, here we go. The BC is going to be coming out, and honestly, the BC could end the game. Like, how much anti-air is there here? There's 2 extra queens other than the injecting queens. I say that, but potentially these Marines could pick one off if they're not too careful.
They're just going to pick up a creep tumor and just run away. Maybe, get rid of this bird.
Oh, yeah, gonna be annoying here, able to shave off or at least bring the attention of the queens away. And I'm curious to see if Kevin, is he gonna, fly his BC across the map, or is he just gonna teleport straight over?
I mean, are there any, there's no, spores in the, yeah.
No, there's nothing.
You scan, see no spores, you TP in.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, at the moment, just looking at the vision of Yoger, like, he knows nothing right now. His only vision was this lane that just got burned alive, and now the BC, it teleports over.
Yeah, teleport in the dead space, and then just walk it over. And there's no queen at this. Where's the queen?
Oh, the queen, it was for drop defense. Like, it had gone down to the 4th base. It was out of position. Or, to be fair, there are a lot of queens, so they will be able to push this away.
Oh, but here comes the push. So he did get an armory.
Yeah.
This bird's going. I feel like we might be going to a ace map here.
Exactly, like, because all the queens are paying attention to the BC, they're not here for the 3rd base. The 3rd goes down. Meanwhile, Yoger, he's trying to go for a big link run by, but this time there is a wall. There's a Marine as well. He's not repairing.
No repair. But I feel like there's enough here. Yeah, there's enough here.
There's enough.
That's enough. Hellies, there we go.
There we go.
Bring the SCVs as well.
And the BC's even still alive, like, despite all those queens trying to focus it down and trying to deal with it, like, the BC...
Did you kill all those queens?
No.
Oh, sorry. I only just saw one queen chasing him, like, what?
That would have been insane.
I mean, you can, if they're not paying attention and not microing.
Yeah, if there's no transfusers and
then you send mules down to repair the BC. Yeah. So, to be fair, I've done it a couple times. And sure, these queens, going for defense, but these Hellbats, yay! Oh, doesn't stop the third, but it doesn't really matter at this time.
Yeah, like, so the 3rd had already gone down once this game. Oh, the BC goes back in because the queens are distracted by the Hellions, so more Overlords going down as well. There is a Spore this time, which will deter it a little bit, and now that the queens are here, like, I feel like
he's supply blocked.
Oh, he's supply blocked because of losing. He lost those Overlords, and the queens are gone, so now the Hellions go in again.
Yeah, and he needs to TP that, did he TP? Oh, he TP'd the battle cruiser. Oh, is that a...
Okay.
Yaku curse?
It was a Yaku curse, and I was trying to figure out where the BC TP'd to, but it was just... Yeah, it was just to reinforce the Hellions.
Yeah, and I feel like you should back off, repair that BC. But now, Yoger, he's going for that mutas, but... Kevin, he did transition to this bio style. So too much is going to be done, I reckon.
Yeah, he's just meeting up with everything that he has. He's going to go for one big push, and Baneling speed is still basically just started, so it's going to be slow Banes against this.
Yeah, and against Hellbats, there's not much you can really do. There's a decent amount of energy on these queens as they start desperately transfusers. Banelings just only get a handful of marines as they come in. Plus 1-1 going to be finishing right about now. Mutas as well. Hopping right in. Tank shots trying to take down this spine crawler, which is the last hope of static defense. The Mutas can't exactly do anything, and that's a kill, not a cancel on the third.
Exactly, and only a couple more Banelings remain. There are more being morphed in, but the BC finally gets taken down.
Sure sent that BC home, but the Banelings may actually get some decent connections. And actually the tank getting exposed, and now it's just Marines and the Medivacs. And one Baneling connected.
Yeah, so Yoger, he holds for now though, because the reinforcements are coming. More Marines are on the way. I've loved how 1-1 was timed beautifully with that initial push, and to be fair, Baneling speed is finally done, but there are just not too many Banelings.
And does force the cancel of that third once again. The Banelings trying to roll on through, but the splits are absolutely perfect. The focus fire. And like, we are going to that ace match.
We're going to the ace match, Quirky. We're tied up 2-2, and what a game. What a proxy. Hey, Kevin. He's home.
He's
what do they say? They're taking it home, they're bringing it home. What are they doing? I don't know.
Yeah, it's starting to sound like Steel now. But I wonder what this fit map is going to be. So we kind of have a dream. Be either Death Aura or Golden Wall.
Yeah.
And it's Death Aura. Look at them. Not having fun.
I mean, they had fun on Submarine. They had fun on Submarine.
Did they? Was it fun for KevinLiu?
Yoger had fun.
But yeah, and also a quick update from the other stream, as I just quickly checked on Crichton's stream. Naxton's 2-0 over Cell at the moment. They are going, and it just started the third map on Death Aura, so...
Interesting. Nice how, both streams, we're still in the qualifying matches. We're still in our best of fives. But really surprising that Naxton, he's up 2-0 against Cell. Like, we were kind of talking up Cell a little bit about how good he's looking, but, yeah, wow.
Little known fact, Naxton is actually Cantonese for Gohan.
Oh.
It's not really, I'm just still playing into Cell Saga.
I get it. Oh god.
Super Saiyajin.
You're like, fun fact, this qualifier also allows Saiyan citizens or
Saiyans. Fucking Saiyans, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's that truly makes StarCraft the first intergalactic esport.
Mm-hmm.
Take that, League. Take that, Fortnite.
Yeah. Here we are. We're making things happen. We're so much inclusion going on here in StarCraft, allowing some of these, intergalactic races into our game, and yeah.
Oh my god.
Equality.
I'm not sure what we're waiting on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna copy paste some of this and throw it into Google Translate and see what's going on. They asked for a bio break.
A bio? Did you say bio break?
Yeah, like a break.
A bathroom break. I know.
Bathroom, yeah.
You said bio. Like, I know what you meant, but please tell me that was the actual literal translation.
Oh no. He was no. Other words were used, but yeah.
Dude, I gotta take a massive whiz.
So, the players, they are just requesting for a small break. I mean, I don't blame them. We're here. Yeah. We're in the ace match, right? It's pretty intense.
Yeah, sorry. The excitement is that palpable. Okay, and Kevin is ready. So we should be getting into this ace match here. Is going to be on Death Aura. One of these players is going to be qualified for the main event. The other we'll have to go through the third qualifier. Who's it going to be? Let's find out. And then the GSL intro plays. No? Okay.
Ready to rock. Ready to rock.
Yeah, that one day for the group of death. Is absolutely hilarious. But anyway, we are on to Death Aura. The map so bad that it even has a sickly glow around all its bases. And we have here spawning in the bottom right, the Blurzer. Did fall down to a proxy and light. And we're going to make this quick. He is from Taiwan. He is Yoger.
As we do see those SCVs moving out across the map in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the Taiwanese Terran player representing Team NDW. He is going for another proxy. He is KevinLiu.
Okay, I do love actually, no, is that a quick third base?
Oh, what? No.
Oh, no, it's a scouting. Oh, no.
What a big brain.
No.
Look at him go. Look at him go. Oh, God.
Oh, that's not the one you need to be really killing. No, he's not paying attention.
Yeah, he's not paying too much attention, and okay, he is trying to focus on the SCV, but it could be too late. Looks like that
I feel
Rex.
like it's too late. Oh!
Oh, no!
Oh!
No!
Oh, he needs the RNG. Oh, the RNG saved him.
Oh, the rest of the boys, they're pulled. Oh, the Rex is gonna finish.
Save it! Oh my God, the RNG is saving this rush right now.
Wow,
Right,
one of the Rexes.
SCV. Okay, no, he's just gonna have to cancel that one. Now, does he just make a you gotta make just like a Reaper, maybe?
Yeah.
Reaper. Yeah.
Just
I think he saw that as soon as it. Maybe he was actually going for Proxy 2 Rex Reaper.
So because this gets scouted, you make one Reaper. We'll see if he makes two Reapers, and then you just lift up and float on back
he did
home.
make 2 Reapers in the Eternal Empire game.
True.
And remember, he made the bunker at the third location with the SCV, and made the fusion core, which had no use until the late game.
All of this happened. This all happened.
This all happened. I can't wait until the replay's released, and then I can show it to show it to beta, and it's gonna be like, I'm sorry, what?
Exactly. And there we go. The first Reaper is made, then the Rax is lifted up and floating on home. So a bit of a rough start for Kevin. You know, he did invest into that early rush, and it did just immediately get shut down. So he's a little bit on the back foot here.
He shouldn't be too far behind. Just only in terms of like getting that natural. But otherwise, like, he's not like dead. He's like, oh my God, he's dead because this rush is finished. No, he's just slightly behind, and good for them for Yoger, you know, send that scouting drone. But imagine if like Kevin made like the proxy racks like just like not in like where he put it, but like the in that fourth base location for Zerg, like in that little dark spot there. Like if he could slowly see my vision, switch to my vision, right? Like this. You gotta find it first. Yeah. So imagine if you put it there. Like, and that's a general spot where you want to put proxies for Terran. At least against other Terrans and Protoss, at least. Zerg can be a bit more closer, like in the third base location or whatever. Because, unless they go for that drone scout. But he's doing it again.
He's doing it again, but this time we'll see what happens.
It's the same.
The thing is that at the moment there's no tech lab whatsoever, and actually there's a medevac on the way. We'll see if a tech lab gets thrown down after the medevac, or if the Rax is involved in some way. But once again, like, this fusion core is going to be done, and there's not going to be any use for it once it is done. Like, it's not lined up perfectly.
I mean, actually, by the time that this medevac finishes, like, yeah, okay, I thought he had a bit more time.
Like, I'm still waiting for the tech lab.
The position of the medevac.
Okay.
A tech lab, but.
Yeah,
he's gonna see the fusion core, like.
The Overlord is going all the way into that mineral line, so he will be able to spot this fusion core. He is aware of what is coming his way. He may also be just as confused because he sees the add-ons and he saw that, like, you know, things weren't really.
The medevac.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a huge fake out for just this timing attack.
It could be. It could be like things are kind of like they aren't like lined up really well. They aren't like timing out well. So like maybe because of this mistiming, like it catches Yoger off guard. It's quite possible, as Yoger, he's just been focusing on his economy. He's throwing down spores everywhere because he saw the fusion core. He's got plenty of queens. This BC shouldn't snowball anywhere near as much as it did in the previous game.
Yeah, well, he hasn't even got an armory, and he is going for that BC actually. So I think he's just trying to be just as pokey as much. And once again, no queens.
Oh, no queens here in the main base. So these Hellions, they do get a bit of damage. They kill 3 drones, force them off the line as well before they back off. Have to be careful. Make sure that they don't get sniped by the queen. Okay.
Yeah, and that medevac did take a bit of damage from that spore crawler. And here we go. There's the spire.
There it is. Yeah, Yoger, he knows what his strengths and weaknesses are. He knows like where he kind of fell a little bit short on Eternal Empire, so really nicely throwing down that spire.
Yeah, well, the BC did TP across the map. It's going to take out a couple of Overlords, maybe. There we go. There's the control there, and there should be one more Overlord there, but Queen's out of position to try and save those. Creep as well being pretty decent as well to try and help that. But yeah, it looks like once again we're transitioning into bio here for Kevin, as we did see him be very effective with it in game 2 on Eternal Empire, you know, even though it was a very confusing opening once again. Does lose 2 Hellions to those Circlings.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate. So again, the power of that drop, it does kind of get cut in half there essentially, as there are only 2 Hellions left. The BC also did take a bunch of damage, and the BC is not long for this world since the Mutalists, they are on their way. The Spire did finish. But like so far, like these 2 players, like Kevin, he's been able to macro out pretty nicely from the failed proxy. Like, you know, he's already fully saturated on 3 bases. You know, his production is ramping up.
Alrighty, well, BC gonna be coming in again. Does spot the Mutas coming out, so doesn't know what he's up against, but against a Bioforce, these Mutas shouldn't really be getting too much done. Oh my god, that is a lot of queens.
That's a lot of queens. I noticed it earlier when he had like a group of queens dealing with the BC and he had another group dealing with the Hellions. I was like, oh my god, he just has so many of them.
Yeah. Okay, that is an interesting push there, but BC is there to push away this Ling harass. Yeah, okay, going with a small force, just a tank, marine, 1 Hellion, and a Reaper. But Baneling speed is done.
Okay.
This tank has to be forfeit. Just save your Marines!
Oh god, he does pick up, and it looks like he's going to get all the way into the main base, which is quite nice. Like, the Ling Bane isn't there to support, so he's going to try and trade as best he can against the Mutas.
Didn't really get too much of a good trade there. But at least he kept the army back on his side. So he had that going for him.
Yeah, but now that the army was cleaned up, Yoger, he's free to push out whenever he wants. The VC is still alive, looking to try and get whatever it can done. And I mean, so far, Kevin, like, he does have a pretty decent army. I'm just worried because I don't see any tanks, I don't see any Widow Mines here to really support it.
Yeah, that is the problem, especially with this really mobile force. Okay, where does he TP? Oh, he TPs into the dead space of the main. Okay.
Interesting choice.
Yeah. You're not going to get too much done. You can get some drone kills. The spores there. Oh, all these speeds just getting wasted on that 1 tank.
Wow.
4 health. What?
Wow. Somehow that was like the most efficient trade you could have had. Like, that was great. Yeah. for Kevin.
But speaking of efficient trades, the Mutas are here. ready to dive into the old mineral line.
Yeah, the meters are here, and I'm getting some Ice and Chrome flashbacks. Like, they're looking to try and snipe that CC again, but this time there are plenty of Marines here to protect it.
Yeah. Yoger is getting that infestation pick, getting the +1 fly weapons. And it looks like a Ling Bane run by towards this third is the plan here, or just a Bane run by. Scan into the main will reveal that the infestation pit is on its way. Tank is sieged up.
Oh god.
Oh! Oh, the wall's on a wall! The wall's on a wall! Oh god! Oh, and once again, as I was saying before, the Ice and Chrome, the multi-prong.
Yeah, oh god, the wall was not a wall. There's still that little gap there, and he's going in again! No! Kevin, please!
Oh, 35, 37 SCVs going down. But Kevin still had a decent number. He was at about like 79 workers actually. So doing his best TY impression.
Yeah, but he has to be careful to make sure he keeps the CC alive. Like, to be fair, like with 4 orbitals, like you can get back into this economically. The problem is that Yoger, he's not going to give him the time. He's already maxed out.
That's a lot of lings.
That's a lot of lings. To be fair, like there's no Hive yet. Like there's no Ultralist or anything like that. There's no 3-3. Like this is still like a kind of a mid-game army. Yeah, so maybe Kevin can trade efficiently, like especially with the best Widowmine shots. That's a big if though.
Yeah, that is a big if. And also, shout outs to Shiva Blaster for the tier 1 subscription, and Creighton for raiding us.
Oh, he's in again!
Oh my god! Utter devastation! As the Banelings once again roll in. They haven't taken out this CC yet, but here comes the main army rolling on through.
Ooh.
Will the Banes onto the fire, and look at the supply just plummet.
Exactly. Everything just fell. The Widowmines, they did not go off. Just everything fell to the Banelings. Everything just on fire right now. The third is going to go down as well to the Mutalists. And Kevin, he was holding on as best he could, but now... Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. But now, this is the last-ditch attempt for Kevin. It's his tournament life on the line. Looking at the supply, it's an 80 supply lead at the moment. The League's trying to flood into the natural, but they're not going to be doing the mutas. Trying to keep this fire at the third from going in. The Leagues, they do manage to get through. There is 1-4 here. There isn't going to be enough. All this supply depots lift up at once. But I feel like Yoger, he has done it.
He's done
it. The mutas are doing it. GG! And Yoger will be your final qualifier.
GG, well played. That was actually really nicely lined up with the other qualifying match. Yoger with the 3-2 over Kevin qualifies for DreamHack.
Yeah, it was a very, a slugfest of a series. If you guys have just joined us from Crane's Stream, we recommend you to go watch match 2 of that series. Particularly from Kevin's point of view. This is just, what, it's the decisions that were made by Kevin.
Yeah, like in general, like this series was great. Like these two players, they went back and forth. We had a bunch of proxies. We had a bunch of aggression. We had a bunch of confusion. I feel like at some point even Kevin didn't know what was going on. But it was some beautiful StarCraft. And yeah, it's, again, we were talking about it. It's something that we don't get too often. A nice ZVT within this region. Yeah, just GG, well played.
Yeah. GG, well played indeed. And, shout outs to everybody who participated in today's qualifiers. So we have one more chance on Saturday, 8 p.m. KST time, for the final qualifier of the series, and hopefully this time our boys get through.
Yeah, for some context, our boys being our Hong Kong boys, Beastork and Gogo Joey. I mean, Gogo Joey, at least he had a really good showing yesterday. He almost made it through, also like had a close series against Bud Always, and honestly, I was kind of expecting him to make it through today, but you know, Cell put up a really good showing as well over on Kraden's stream and put a stop to that. So it's rough because there's only one qualifier left, and based on the previous two, like Beastork and Gogo Joey, they keep knocking each other out.
Yeah, I mean, what you gotta do? Like, we were hoping for a potential Hong Kong Derby rematch. We do get it sometimes in GPA, so yeah, it's always fun. And Beastork does pull out some pretty interesting builds against Gogo Joey.
In general, Beastork, he pulls out like pretty interesting builds. Like he's a great player. So is Gogo Joey. Like they all have like pretty aggressive styles, pretty unique styles. And yeah, we will be returning here in 2 days with the Taiwan Hong Kong qualifier number 3. We're gonna do our best to try and follow Gogo Joey and hopefully follow him to a qualification match. Again though, there's a lot of tough competition, especially since Cell, he also didn't qualify, so he's gonna be coming back.
Yeah, maybe this time we'll get Beastork and Gogo Joey on opposite sides of a bracket for once. But yeah, you know, congratulations to Naxon and Yoger for qualifying. Commiserations, of course, to everybody else. And, of course, Light, where can we find you?
You can find me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. Normally I do stream throughout the week, but this week I'm just all over CranKy Ducklings. I'm not gonna stream. I need to like try and preserve my voice. As you can see on stream, we have a pretty packed schedule this week. We have a lot of DreamHack qualifiers. And along those lines, like shout out to Kraden as well. I know he's doing his best to cover them. Not just cover them, but solo cast them. That's something that I could never do, or I don't think we could ever do, like solo cast and cast every single qualifier. Like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, no, it's a marathon effort. And it's, you know, and I think he was also doing the GSL qualifier replays as well.
Yeah.
Like he is being absolute beast at the moment. But wait, did you say? You just said CranKy Ducklings, didn't you?
Yeah. So follow us here on the CranKy Ducklings to tune into this. But before we get into that, Quirky, where can we find more of you?
You can find me on twitch.tv/QuirkyCast, where I stream very, very occasionally. Or you can also find me on twitch.tv/SumSockOCE, when I cast League of Legends. And of course, you can find me every Saturday here on the CranKy Ducklings, except not this Saturday and the past 2 Saturdays. For GPO, our OCE/C/Hong Kong weekly.
Yeah, and that's where you can find players like the ones that we just mentioned, Gogo Joey and Beastork. They do pretty regularly sign up, like pretty much every single week. They're some of our regular participants, and we love casting them. So yeah, if you are interested in any of that, then do, you know, hit that follow button. Follow the channel as we are live every single day this week for the next 2 weeks. We've got so much StarCraft going on. Of course, GPO will be coming back once ANZ DreamHack finishes up, you know, so we can get back into the swing of things. But yeah, it's nothing but DreamHack at the moment. And speaking of, our next broadcast will be tomorrow.
Yeah, 7 a.m. KST, so it'll be in 8 and 8.5 hours.
Yep.
I mean, let's see, you had 9 hours from LATAM to this qualifier. There you got 8.5. It's just gonna keep on going down, like honestly, keep on going down, and then like it's gonna be like 1 hour. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you do follow the channel for when we go live with all the other qualifiers, and of course our SC Duckling Open tomorrow as well. But other than that, have a beautiful weekend, or wherever you are. We love you. Have a good night.
Yep. Shout out to the people who subscribed, and we will be raiding another StarCraft 2 channel.
Yes. Who are we gonna raid? Light?
That's a good question. It may be Vivid. I'm not too sure. Bye.
Ah.